Don't get dizzy
Keep
and
going,
fall.
Serena, keep going.
You're all set.
Okay, I did it. Keep going, Serena. Yours is better. Okay, no, goodbye. Oh. Serena, come get your sweater on. Wow. Just stick it in there. No, the other side, other side. No, because right here.
Go by the swing.
Yeah, I know. So it was part of Angie's. So you don't have any. Congratulations!
Ready?
Huh?
But
What's up there?
Hey, I do need it. I've always wondered about my child.
Anton's lucky. Anton's lucky, but you're
Glasses here. We will begin the toast.
All right, toast, toast, toast.
Today, I would have to say, would be the most, as Tim Lee would say, intense time when I was standing next to my brother watching him get married. And as many of you probably don't know, he is my only sibling and 3 years older than me. And I wasn't expecting it. I'm not that emotional, but I did get rather emotional. Angie saw a few tears welling up in my eyes. And what came to mind as I was seeing you two get married is that eagles, when they choose their mate for life, there's this moment where they clasp talons in midair at about 10,000 feet, and then there's a point when they're both individually helpless, and they're falling towards the ground as their talons are clasped. And there's a moment of absolute trust as you do this. And they know at the very moment when they need to let go, and at that moment they fly back up, and they start their families, they start their life together and build a little nest. And there is such a time, and knowing my brother for 28 years, I have known him to always be faithful, always be loving, always be true, and also, as Father Paul said, daring. He knows how to offer his heart willingly, without any desire for any return. And he did that, offering his love to Angie. And Angie knows well that at the beginning of the relationship, yes, 7 years ago, or about that far, that I was rather protective, and I am. I'm still pretty darn protective, but I'm extremely happy that I'm gaining a sister-in-law. And I was a little reticent at first, and had met Angie, and naturally, with her charm and with her honesty and forthrightness and humor and every other wonderful quality that she has and the character that she has, truly won me over. And like I said, I'm very ecstatic that I do have her sister-in-law. And for my brother, you probably do know, trust me, this won't take too long, but you know my brother has accomplished many things, and this very place we celebrate their marriage. He established a company, a business, where at first there was really no one for him, except of course Angie, saying, yeah, you can do it. And he made a hard sell, and he'll make that hard sell when he needs to. And also, he does have the iron will that has sustained him through his life. And the friends that were with us helping set up yesterday, you know all about that. And not only does it have that iron will for business, but also for sports. And after graduating, decided just to take a bike from Canada to Baja California, you know. and just make that adventure solo. He has vision and an intense passion and a romance that rivals a romance of Casanova, and I'd say even greater than that. And Angie has come to know that, and even more so his love, which no one else has but Anton, and that's I know that's why you're drawn to him, and he has such a pure, intense love for you that I do wish the very best for you in this life to come, and that you fly on the highest of drafts as eagles do, and being unencumbered by anything that may cross your path. And I pray just for greatest success in every area. And do also look forward to some nieces or nephews. But here's to the newlyweds, Anton and Angie.
Okay, but not those guys. Down with those. Don't drink water. Yeah, I'm ready to some more too. Anybody else want water?
Oh, there's no more that kind of way.
You want water, Kevin? Yes.
Hello.
How about you?
This kind?
You can continue eating. I have a few things to say too. First, I would like to thank you all for coming to share this day with my sister and her wonderful new husband and our family. It's a very special day. And Angie, you've been my best friend my whole life. And you've grown up to be this beautiful, amazing woman. And Anton, you're the most patient man I've ever met. My sister, knowing her all my life, I know that's definitely true. When Angie and Anton called to tell me that they were finally engaged, the first thing I could say was, oh my gosh, it's about time. Anton, you just want to be my brother, I know that. And it really is, it's about time. Took us a long time to get here, but I think we all knew all along that it was going to end up here, and so glad that it did. Watching Anton watch my sister walk down the aisle today was the most incredible thing I think I've ever seen. And I knew at that moment that the greatest love ever was standing right in front of all of us. These are two of the most incredible people, and together they're absolute magic. I love you. Anton, welcome to our family. Welcome to this new phase of your life. Brendan, Lillian, and Ellen, welcome to our extended family. I love you guys. Here's to Angie and Anton.
The opportunity, if you'd like to toast, to come up to the mic, and don't worry about just one person or two coming up here, but come up and just spend a little time back with. Go ahead, Seneca.
Well, as was just mentioned, it's taken us a while to get here. I have a brief anecdote to relate, well, a couple of brief anecdotes to relate about Anton and Angie's progress towards this day. Lisa and I had the privilege of being married by Father Paul as well, almost exactly a year ago, and as anyone who has been in this position knows, Father Paul is not an easily flustered guy. He's pretty much a pro, and he's married just over 1 billion people, I think. And just after our ceremony, it was a really gorgeous afternoon, and Anton walked up to Father Paul and thought, this is the moment, I'm just gonna drop the bomb and ask him if he'll marry us. Walks up to him, and Father Paul was so stunned that he dropped his Bible and his drink.
While we're at it, I'll keep it short. Boy.
Angie is the dearest friend. I'm so happy to be here today. Sorry. I kept myself together in the church. I just am so thrilled. I think that Anton is a fantastic partner for Angie. I think he challenges her and he supports her at the same time. And together these two can do incredible things. And one of the things that really strikes me about this couple is they are just so flexible and always up for an adventure, and it's really a great way to live your life, and I hope they continue to do that and doing the things they want, even if it seems like they're nuts. It's great. I mean, Angie commuted to San Diego for 2 years, was it? I mean, nobody else would have done that, but it works for them, and I think it's fantastic. And I'm just thrilled to be here today and be a part of this great day, and congratulations.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. How much time do we have left?
15 minutes.
Huh?
Well, I've been a friend of Anton's for a very long time, and actually at this point I've been a friend of Angie's for a pretty long time too. It has been a while. One of the things that I always remember about Anton and growing up, he had girlfriends, he was the ladies' man, everybody thought he was the greatest, the attractive, everything, but he, as everyone knows, has great visions of what he wants for different things. And he had a perfect image for his mate, his soulmate. And I really, honestly, there was a time when I did not know if Anton would ever get married just because he had these incredibly, incredibly high standards for someone that he would share the rest of his life with, for someone that he could share every aspect of his life with and sort of blend together as one with somebody else. And I remember when he came to visit me overseas and in a train car, an overnight train ride, talking about the fact that Angie, that Angie was the one. It wasn't he thought she was the one. It's just he teared up in the train, and I just thought, oh wow, I've got to get to know her even better. But this is so important for him to have this reaction. It was amazing, and of course, I know for certain that you didn't lower your standards one single bit. It's perfection, and you two together are magic. So, all the best to both of you, and we love you very much.
I look at Angie and I think she's just like a sister to me. And I love her so much. And she's beautiful inside her. She's one of those people that when she says she's happy for you, she's really happy for you, and she always wants to be there and listens when you need her. And I never thought she could find someone so wonderful, because I know I used to hang out with Angie for a while every Friday and Saturday night. I know it's a hot date. So when she first met Anton, I think I was a tough critic. But let me tell you, he's a wonderful man, and I love them both. And I'm so thrilled to be here and be a part of their life for the future, because she knows and I know that we're going to know each other forever. And I'm thrilled that she's found someone that they don't only look into each other's eyes with love, but they both look out on the world with the same views. And that's a rarity. And I love you both. Cheers.
Where I really got to know both Angie and Anton together as a couple. Because as some of you may or may not be aware, I work in Cupertino and live in San Francisco, and this was very conveniently along the path. So there were a lot of times where to cut my commute a little shorter, I'd come up and hang out, and there was an extra futon, and it was just wonderful. And I got to know both of them together there. And like everyone else in the Bay Area, we were very upset when we moved down to San Diego, but I've learned to accept the fact that Anton and Angie are nomadic people. And, and they've gone via train and bike and car from San Diego to Palo Alto to San Diego to LA, and now they're going on to the next stage of their life in Seattle. And at first I was a little saddened because I was afraid I wouldn't get to see them again as much as I did before when I was driving by every week. But as it turns out, it's been amazing that even though they've been far away, they've always been close. And whether we've had special occasions at our house, Susan and me, somehow they managed to make it to that. And even for not so special occasions, even with just 24 hours, sometimes they're there. And for this purpose, and for other guests, we have a box in our closet where we keep extra linen and pillows. And that box has, for a while now, been officially referred to as the Anton and Angie box, just in case they ever show up. And so now whenever I look in that closet, it'll remind me of all the times you've come and stayed, and all the times I've stayed with you, and how you're always welcome with us, and I always feel welcome with you, and you will forever have a place in my heart. Thank you.
I couldn't have picked a better soulmate for Angie. I would love her and care for her and respect her. So thank you. And Angie, thank you for letting me participate in your special day. And thank you very much. And I wish you both a lifetime of lots of love and laughter. Thank you.
I'm going to lighten it up a little notch here. I'm not known for being deep, but I know Anton was afraid that maybe someone at the wedding might mention our ski trip together. About, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, almost 5 years ago, thank you, at L'Ultimate Champagne, I agreed to take a ski trip, cross-country ski trip, for the first time ever. Never been on cross-country skis, as most of the rest of the party that agreed to go on the ski trip had never been on skis before, cross-country. And Anton's a Nordic man. He spent a lot of time in Norway, so I'm trusting his judgment. So we get to Yosemite, and we're getting on this trail. And I look at the trail. First thing I see is a sign that says, "Not for beginners." And I said, "Not for beginners." Well, I think I'm a beginner. He says, no, you've never done this before. That doesn't apply to you. So then I check, right below that, it says, if you haven't left before 10 a.m., don't start. We're headed for a cabin that we have up by the lake somewhere. I've just got my faith completely in the man. I turned off my head and make it there. And I looked down at my watch, it's about 11:30. I said, okay, well, it's not for beginners. We're about an hour and a half late. This sounds like one of those, Ranger Rick stories they tell about the people they have to rescue later. We get going, and he taught me good, taught everyone in the party what we were doing. And we got going up the mountain, and then I believe Angie started to experience a little pain on the way up there. And with a little coaching from Anton, he got her back up on her skis, and we got up there. And I'm not going to say it was easy. We had to suffer through a blizzard at one point. Wasn't in the forecast, but it did happen. And by the time we got actually anywhere near the cabin, it was already dark. So we had about 5 beginners trying to go through a blizzard in the dark to a cabin we weren't really sure of the location of. But we did get there. And of course, that was the important thing. And I think, although maybe Anton's not the best at foreseeing all the vicissitudes and challenges that come up, he's got enough determination to get you there. And I think that's kind of the hallmark of what's going to be the success of their marriage. So we can toast Anton and Angie.
For like 7 years, since I was like 3. And I want to say that they make a great couple, and I think they are beautiful together, and I love them.